first man turned up, and a very expensive bag of fertilizer on the loader for him. I think we're 11 or 1200 bucks a bag this year for this stuff. The next question is, how many bags can he fit in there? Hi guys, g'day and welcome back to the channel. Hamish is here, he's all calibrated up, we're going to go get him going. Gutless pig of a tractor, bloody hell. People turning up on my farm with John Deeres. And they call themselves mates. Go for a bit of a wander behind them, see if we can keep up. Probably won't be able to. So, what that machine is doing is putting 300 kgs to the hectare of DAP with boron, I think on top of the ground. And then in these wee trenches we're going to go dig in a minute in, putting seeds in at a very precise spacing that way and that way. So let's see if we can find some. Down here for a look. There we go. Right there. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I can't remember what it is, whether it's 20 or 25 centimeters, but I think somewhere about here there should be another. Where are we? We're getting a bit too far away. It'll be there. There's a red light on this camera that is confusing me right now because it looks like a seed. Catch it out of the corner of my eye. Somewhere about there maybe. We'll find one. We'll find one somewhere. Where was that guy? No, he's right in the middle. Oops, was that him? Didn't see. There he goes. So there's our spacing. There. Didn't even see it. 1, 2, 3, right? So the idea here, we got onto this, I think this will be year 9 or 10, I'm not sure, for us doing this precision planting they call it. So they're just the beet planter or vegetable planter out of Europe, or a corn or bean planter, which is what this one's based on, out of the US. And the idea is, the more precise the placement of seed, the more accurate or the better yield there is, because each seed has the potential to grow, or has the option to grow to its full potential. And what we're doing here is 80,000 seeds to the hectare, so I think it's 25 centimeters or 20 centimeters between the seeds, and the rows are 500 millimeters or 20 inches apart. The other planter that's coming today, he's going to be at 15 inches apart in the rows, and I think we'll stretch it out. If these are 20, his will go to 25. If these are 25, I think his will go to 32 centimeters between the bulbs, between the seeds. So yeah, it was just something when the beet planters turned up here years ago, we thought, oh, Swedes are cheap, Swedes are safe, beet's expensive, and beet's dangerous. Can we try and get some more out of Swedes? And basically what we're doing is growing very similar yield crops to the average of beet. Certainly not the high end of beet, because the high end of beet is 35 tonne plus, but you know, up to maybe even just over occasionally 20 tonne of dry matter per hectare, out of a crop that we used to expect 12 out of. And the big difference is we're being a bit more accurate with seed placing with fertilizer. We're able to put a little bit more fertilizer on because it's more localized around the plant. Yeah, so costs a bit more, but costs a bit more per hectare, costs a bit less, hopefully, normally, per kg of dry matter or per tonne of crop yield. So, yeah. Listen to that noisy thing, would you? Horrible bloody deer. I mean, if it sounded nice, you'd be happy about it, but... But yeah, very cool planters these. So the two guys today, this one Hamish and the other one Spencer, they have, Spencer's sort of done most of it, but on this one here Hamish has done it too. Try and get me out of that wind, sorry. They've basically built these. They've built the frames and they've bought in the units. The flash, very, very flash, very accurate. That one can run high speed too. They don't run too high of a speed with it, but it's got all the belt brush setups, whatever it is, speed belts, I think they are, speed brushes. So it can do like 11 or 12 Ks, but like I say, they're just wary about doing too much of that. Yeah, but they've also got hydraulic downforce, which down this end of the country is almost unheard of. So what that means is they can direct drill. So they don't have to have a cultivated seed bed like we've got right here. I prefer a cultivated seed bed. Yeah, just what we're doing here, we're trying to avoid excessive chemical use. Nothing against chemicals, we're going to start using some this year because we're going to have to, but just try and keep it down. I don't particularly like using slug bait and insecticides, and with no-till you have to use a bit more of that. I certainly don't mind killing weeds, that's for sure. But yeah, they can go straight into like any of these green paddocks around here, and they can plant the crop. Ideally that's what they want, and then once they've planted it, as the tractor drives out of the paddock, the spray man comes in and sprays it off, and that's perfect for these guys. But they obviously planted into sprayed off ground too, so yeah, very, very cool bits of kit because they can do that, and they're sort of, I guess in a New Zealand context, they are sort of pioneering it a wee bit. So yeah, but we'll jump in the cab shortly, and next, and we'll have a chat with him. Okay, scrap that, he's running a bit short on ferret, so we're going to go get some more ferret. He should need 2 more bags for this paddock, but for now, we'll just go get one, chuck that in there, then we've got plenty of time to have a chat to him. Oh, must be nearly halfway through this one. Obviously you can't drop it down, hang on. You going alright?
I had 5 kilos in there, I would have been able to get under there.
That's an easy way to do it. Well, Johnny doesn't like that very much. Right, so Hamish is one of these people that takes the bloody boots off in the track.
Carpet in here, makes the most of it. Got to live the dream.
So tell me, why should people get your planter in over others?
The main difference to our machines, we can run down to 375 more spacing as a precision planter, and can also direct precision plant, sowing no-till into sprayed off ground, which is quite a impressive feat for one of these, because there's not many machines out there that can precision plant into sprayed off ground. There's no-till.
No, there's not. And you guys are starting to have a bit of success with fodder beat there too, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't done a whole heap of fodder beat, but there is some good results coming through. We can get some absolute cracking results on Swedes sprayed no-till.
That's certainly well, it's really proven around the countryside now.
Yeah. And we did 7 hectares direct drilled at my parents' sheep and deer farm down at Fort Rose, and my father's always been very marginal on the idea of direct drilled Swedes, and we averaged just over 20 tonnes per hectare, so I've definitely turned his views on the whole no-till Swedes around quite significantly.
And to put that in perspective, we normally grow spectacular Swede crops. We cultivated last year, as we have this year. because of the dry, we only averaged about 14-15 tonne last year, so yeah, there's no doubt in the dry conditions the no-till comes out on top, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Just holds that moisture a bit better.
Moisture stays in the ground a lot better, and do get really good results out of it, and it saves a lot in the groundwork side of things too. If you go down the no-till route.
Yeah, more cost than chemical, but far less cost, or no cost than treating the work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And hours of tractor and hours spent sitting in the seat to get all the stuff done so we can come in and sow it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, they're very impressive machine. It's taken a bit to get it to where it is now, but it's all fun and games. It's season 2 and it's bloody cranking in a few more hectares than it did last year, so fingers crossed for a good season.
Now we were sorry, we were second drive off the bat for this drill last year, weren't we?
Yeah, you were in the 19th of November last year and we're the 16th today. So.
Something like that. No, yeah, first third job, weren't we?
No, second first job.
Second first job
as well.
Right, yep.
We had issues there.
That's right.
We're putting 600 kilos down to the hectare.
Yep. Had it sorted by the time we got here. Well, you had it sorted when you found out properly about a couple of days later. Yep.
But yeah, few wee teething issues with it. Just being a custom built, brand new machine. It's sort of.
There's a lot of big technology in that planter there.
Oh, it is. It's phenomenal. Yeah. They claim to have accurate seed placement to 13 mile an hour, which is.
Mile an hour?
Yeah,
I said before 11 k's an hour.
No, it's 18 k's.
Wow.
It tells you when you're going too fast. It says
right.
You are beyond the limits of this machine.
Right.
But yeah, so haven't really pushed the limit on the speed side of it because 17 kilometres down that paddock is flying.
On most grass paddocks, that's pumpy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're bouncing around and getting an absolute bloody hiding. So I did a few runs at sort of the 12-13k last year in the middle of paddocks and you couldn't really notice a difference. But yeah, that also depends on the paddock as well. It's a hard one to judge.
You start needing 300 horsepower on an 8-row planter too, don't you? So,
this here, I'm sitting at 195 horsepower and it walks it down the paddock. I'm not struggling.
Just not at 13 miles an hour.
No. And the wear and tear on things at that speed would have to be phenomenal.
Oh yes.
There's a lot of moving parts and I
don't think the no-till's going to work at that speed either.
No, I wouldn't imagine so. I'd say you'd be running into quite a few significant issues going on there. But it's been a bit of a change going from being a contractor working for someone else to doing it all for myself and chasing this sort of work. It's good. It's a good change.
Gets tricky though, doesn't it, when all of a sudden you got your own bills to pay.
Yeah.
Your personal bills plus you got your work bills and
everything compounds. And
I don't know about you, I'm shocking at forgetting the personal bills, like they get paid, but when you're working everything out, you're going to get through the month and you forget to add your own personal stuff in.
You do, you always do, and it's it's taking a bit of getting used to, a lot of getting used to. But, it's good at the same time too, because it gives me a lot more freedom to chase a bit of other work outside of the drilling season and sort of work away at a few other wee ideas. And
you might come fishing after drilling too this year.
I guarantee you I will be coming fishing. I'll be doing as much fishing and hunting after the bloody drilling season as I can.
Oh, ideal.
Lots of pack training coming up for the bloody Wanaka raw ballot for a week.
All right.
Raw, so
good stuff.
I've got a fair bit of gorse and gullies to spray at family farms. It's going to be a 20 kilo pack on the back and the gorse going up and down hills for about 2 weeks.
I thought you were going to say you were going to do some stupid mad competition there for a minute, but no, we won't criticise that.
We're not that silly.
Well, if you need a boat ride in and out of anywhere.
We're not quite that lucky, we've got a walker.
Oh no.
It's top end of the Tippy-Tip River. Yep. Yeah, right up in the headwaters of there, so it's a no-fly zone. The original plan was to be a helicopter in, but just pack in some nice heavy packs and spend 7 days in the bush living the dream.
Good on you. I'll never forget, we boated into the Glazenook and Te Anau years ago. We were quite hungover. You never leave the Worsley without a headache, and we were at the Worsley the night before. Anyway, 8 o'clock at night, middle of winter, and we see these lights coming. So terrified, what the hell's going on here? These mad buggers have been up the valley, way up the valley, the Nips I think it is. Shooting reds and shooting tar for a week. They've been over a foot of snow on the ground for 4 days that week. And then that night we got something like 12 inches of rain. The boat was sitting on the bottom and leaning over. Like, she was never going anywhere.
Yeah, but starting to fill up.
Oh yeah, I popped 1,500 litres of water out of it.
Shit.
Yeah.
A lot of water.
There was a lot of water, yeah. So they thought they'd better come and seek shelter, and they walked into the hut, and I'm sure they enjoyed their venison and whatever, but Trev had a big eye fillet, or backstrap rather, that had cut up and cooked, and it was all sitting there. We'd loaded ourselves up, and these guys walked into the hut and they saw it, and their eyes just lit up, and we said, go for it guys, we're not going to eat it.
Get into some good taco, get warm.
But no, it was a bit eerie. You just see these lights coming out of the bush going, what the hell is going on here?
Well, I can imagine, especially way up there, because you're miles away from anywhere.
And in July.
Yeah.
No, we'll leave it there, man.
Nah,
let's watch a John Deere struggle to get up a hill. Oh, listen to it. It's crying, screaming. Blue tractor would do it way better. I reckon you get a better strike on a blue tractor too, just saying. It's totally only 10 degrees, right? Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, they all know how to go downhill. They're very low disturbance seed units, these things. You don't see dirt flying off them, which is what we want to see. It's a horrible headland, that. It's just angled absolutely horribly. Last run, guys. Just to that fence there, and we are done with the Pear Harrow for 2023. It's been good. Paid $5 for that thing. These paddocks were the first ones we did in last time, so this will be its 7th year that we've used it. Not quite as long as I thought, so that's 140 hectares. That must be the 8th, surely. Don't know. Anyway, we've had it a fair while, so we paid $3.5 for it, and we've spent $1,500 on it, so $5. It's been almost completely full. There's a couple of seals, you can't really grow with that. Very, very solid machine, and it's had a lot of power put through it too. Like this thing is doing 217 shaft away, and it was well worn when we bought it, so very good bit of kit. But anyway, come in here. Now you watch this. If I double click on the lift thing, see how slowly it lifts it up? And then it doesn't leave a big bank of dirt there. Done. Now we're going to take it all back to the workshop. We'll drop that roller off somewhere, don't know where, find somewhere. Take the Pear Harrow back to the workshop, and it is going in a shed. We might give it a wee blow off with the air compressor and possibly even a leaf blower, just to leave it sitting in a bit of a tidier state than it has been in years gone by, but it is not staying outside the shed. It can have a spot in the shed somewhere because it deserves it. Planter number 2's here. We're into it.